Shalom, we are ICBK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commander Jimmy Ahana. And today is a brotherhood class, and the topic of the day is World War III scapegoats. Now, with all of this stuff going on in the world, we need not to be persuaded into thinking that it's only because China hates America, Iran hates America, or Russia hates America, or all of these people just hate each other, right? Because what we got to understand is they have a peace agreement. Right. Now think about this for a second. Now, I like watching mafia movies. Did you watch my before classes? You would know this. All right. When the mafia, what got them to stop fighting? You have to think of what's got the mafia to stop fighting each other is the same reason why they have this the sense of peace among each other today. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right. The mafia stopped fighting each other because what did they start to do? They start to give out lots. Right. You know what I'm saying? They start to give lots. You control this territory. You control that territory. You control this territory. Now, instead of them all trying to blow each other away over certain territories and warring against, each other, they have this agreement, and it's the agreement that makes them all make money. Right. Matter of fact, that making money was the life insurance policy of a lot of high up dons. Because if you start strangling, put a stranglehold on the money, they're gonna want to whack you. They're gonna want to get you. That's the reason why, John Gotti, one of the reasons why John Gotti had Paulie Costellano hit. And he was the don. You know what I'm saying? He was the top dude in the Gambino. He was Carlo Gambino's protege. You know what I'm saying? And his cousin on top of that. And his son, his son-in-law too. On top of that. So they had all kind of binds together, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm listening. They had all kind of binds and ties together. But see, Carlo, not Carlo, but Paulie Castellano didn't understand something. He got out of touch with the streets and wanted to be too much of a businessman. And he was putting a lid on what everybody, all the underlings and capos and all of that was making. So how did that make them feel? Right. It made them feel like this dude has to go. Yeah, I know he's the top boss. I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? I know he's, Carlo Gambino's, actually he was Carlo Gambino's nephew, I think it was. Okay. And they love Carlo Gambino, you know what I'm saying? But they like, man, but Paulie's got to go. Because Paulie's stopping the show. People are not making the money that they're supposed to make under Paulie, but Paulie keeps getting richer and richer and richer. Would you want to say something? No, I was just okay. So now what they did, they conspired to have him hit. And some of these guys are some of his top dudes that joined John Gotti and blew him the hell away outside of that damn restaurant. Tore him up outside of that restaurant. So now it's similar. This is similar to the way that the other nations feel about America. That's right. You know what I'm saying? America promised them something. What did America promise them? America promised them a piece of the pie at Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians' expense. That's the promise right there. Right. Because let me tell you what went on in the spiritual realm, right? Mm-hmm. What went on in the spiritual realm is the white man the oppressor, made a agreement with everyone, with all these other nations, pretty much saying, whatever, goes down, if things go bad, tag it on my jacket. If things go bad, you know what I'm saying? He made an agreement with them. Look, I can make y'all rich. Right. I can make y'all, you know what I'm saying? And any punishment come down, I'll take the blame. This is one of the reasons why the white man's gonna get totally wiped out. You know what I'm saying? The oppressors, the oppressor, the pink oppressor is gonna be wiped out. Right. Because he made this agreement with all of these other nations. You know what I'm saying? And he wrote a check that his ass can't cash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like he can cash it right now because everybody getting rich up under him. Who do people think the beast is? And that hour with the beast. An hour is not 60 minutes. An hour is actually a dispensation of time. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got these silly Israelites who are talking about, oh, we put a 7 years trials tribulation. It don't say that. They don't say anything about 7 years trial and tribulation. Well, you think a time is just 1 year? A time could be anything. A time could be 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? What do they call? Matter of fact, what do they say? What do people mean when they say the time of day? Right? Are they talking about a year? A day is 24 hours, right? So when somebody say a time of day, what are they talking about? Well, let me tell you what they're talking about. You have morning time. That lasts a year. In morning time lasts a year, right? No, I don't. You have afternoon time. You have evening time. Evening time, and you have night time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? According to their understanding, that would be what 4 years? No, that's all 1 day.
Right.
All 1 day. You see what I'm saying? So time is a time can be anywhere. It could be an hour, right? It could be a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It could be a month. It could be a year. You know what I'm saying? It could be. What's it?
No, I was going to say, you saying a lot of people think that the Bible is very physical when it's not.
Right.
Now there are some things that can be physical. But once again, if you think about Isaiah 28:10, precept upon precept, line upon line, you would know what is literal and what is not literal.
Right.
As far as the time in the Bible, a lot of the times that you see that in the Bible, it's a metaphor or figurative language. Like, for example, when you are supposed to meet somebody somewhere, and you finally get there, the person tells you, "Man, you took all year. Now, did you really take all
right.
all 12 months to get to that place that that you were supposed to be at? No, you just took a long time.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You took a couple of hours.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you took a time that they were not comfortable with you taking.
There you go.
You know,
right.
When they figured the time you should have been short.
Right.
You know. So now when you go into Revelations, it talks about a time, times, and the dividing of times. That it can also be 100 years.
Mm.
One time could be 100 years.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, time, times, and the dividing of time. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? The dividing of time is half of whatever that time is. So if the time is 100 years, the dividing of time will be 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this 7 years trials and tribulation stuff is garbage. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Because think about it. I mean, what does tribulation mean? It means trouble.
Right.
Now, the trials and tribulation, trial is a test. You know what I'm saying? What it actually means is test trouble. You know what I'm saying? Or trouble test or whatever, to try you, to purge, you know what I'm saying? To actually put the silver, to gold or silver inside the fire and burn off all the impurities off of it. So you have pure gold or pure silver coming out on the other side of the furnace. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
So now, as a matter of fact, let's get the first scripture. Let's get, was it John 15 and 18 through 19? 15, 18 through 19. 18. Yeah. Pay your tithes, share the content. Make sure that you do both of those right there. Because it's truth, nothing worth having is for free.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if somebody sit there and tell you something is free, you can best believe it's going to cost you more than you're willing to pay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This truth is not free. It costs you everything.
Right.
It costs you all the weed that you like to smoke. It's going to cost that. You know what I'm saying? All the whores that you like to do, it's going to cost that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the most expensive thing that you ever, you know what I'm saying, had in your life, but it's a benefit at the end of that. You know what I'm saying? What the scripture say, anybody who love houses or wives and all of that, for the sake of the kingdom shall get a 100-fold return on that.
That's
you lost a house, you got 100 houses now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? In the kingdom, you have 100 damn houses. You know what I'm saying? You can have it just hell. 50 of those houses can be in China. You know what I'm saying? You put the Chinese in the damn house and you be the landlord. You know what I'm saying? We're saying who's the most crowded landlord over us now? What is it? Like a Jewish man.
Yeah,
I don't know. It ain't gonna be enough of them left to even occupy the houses.
Right.
So I don't know. So we'd have to go to the next. You know what I'm saying? You know, it ain't gonna be hardly none of them left because actually this pyramid scheme they set at the very top of the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? As far as the way the world is run now. That's why one of the reasons why, as far as nationality wise, they make up the fewest people. It's only about 14 million of them, as far as nation wise. You know what I'm saying? So when you take the same pyramid and you turn it upside down and you put pressure on it, what happens to what was the top? It crushes, and everybody else is going to get crushed in measure. It's going up. They won't be utterly destroyed. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be badly damaged. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about in Daniel about the other beasts. Still had their king. You know what I'm saying? But they were badly wounded, and they have to, depend on us. Okay, let's go to that scripture. Think oppresses the devil that the Bible speaks of. Black Americans and Native Indians, we got to understand our role on the earth and why it is that we are going to be the scapegoats for World War III. Everybody's going to blame us. We sitting there talking about, black people talking about, we need to just go around, just take the oil. We need to do this and we need to do that. The biggest money maker on the planet is us.
That's right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Us in sin. Go ahead.
So like we are America's economy.
Right. Not only America, but we the economy of the world.
So like there you go.
So the whole world. That's who's back. The hour with the beast that everybody else spent is an hour oppressing us.
Right.
They all get to join in.
Right.
And they all get to benefit and profit. And just imagine if the wings was clipped off, off them flying high off of, getting everything from us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The wings get clipped, somebody gonna be mad, which we're gonna go into that later on here in the class. But right now, let's get the scripture.
John chapter 15, verse 18. If the world hates you.
If the world hates you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, woman, and child. If the world hates you. This is what the scripture says right here. And they're not hating you for being a Christian.
Right.
They're not hating you for being a Christian. As a matter of fact, they just 17 Christian missionaries came missing in Haiti.
I just heard about that. Yeah, I heard about it this morning.
And right.
They were kidnapped.
Now let's see if the world hates them. Let's go into if the world hates them. They claim in Christ, right?
Right.
Let's see if the world hates them. Matter of fact, the world hates them so much that they're going to send a rescue team for them.
Right.
Now I can see they gotta wipe, you know what I'm saying? They gotta wipe themselves clean after what happened down in Mexico.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now they have to put up some propaganda, which they might even be a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a matter of fact, why the hell they running around in Haiti for? They need to damn stay the hell away from. They need to. What they do, Christian missionaries need to take their asses to Bosnia or somewhere. Why don't they go there?
Right.
Why don't they go to Bosnia, Croatia, and places like that and try to, turn them on to Christ, right?
Right.
Why don't they do that? You ever notice they don't never seem to go over those places? Missionaries don't never seem to go to the poor, dusty Russians. You know what I'm saying? To spread their message, the love of Jesus.
Right.
You notice they don't never do that. They don't never take themselves to Croatia. You know, they don't never take themselves to Scandinavia, all them Slavic slobber, you know what I'm saying? All them Slavic slobber, you know, places where a whole bunch of devils, where the poor of Esau lived at, you know what I'm saying? And you ever notice, and let me tell you, anybody know why those countries are relatively poorer than the other European countries? Anybody know? Because they had the least slaves.
They had the least slaves.
Right.
Oh, I see.
The least black slaves. You had the most slaves. You got richer. That's what the whole thing. That's what the whole world power thing is actually about. Who got the most slaves? You know what I'm saying? Who owns the most slaves? You ain't even gotta have them physically in your presence. You know what I'm saying? Just like even in this world, we live in a separate world from, you know, devils.
Right.
But at the same time, we the battery that runs the whole goddamn society.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? The reason why they in decay, you know what I'm saying? Because they had the least slaves. Because if there was a bunch of slaves there, what they would do is put the slaves in the ghettos and everything.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that the slaves is in the ghettos, that will build something up on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That will build something up on the other side. All of them tore down, messed up neighborhoods will be knocking all of that stuff down and making brand new stuff.
Right.
And then all of the poor, dusty devils will be moving up in society. Yeah, that's how it happened here, right?
Right.
That's how it happened in the south side of Chicago and all of them places way back in the 20s and 30s. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were living in the slums. What did they do? They moved them up the social ladder and put blacks inside south side of Chicago.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? While the other ones, they went on to become lawyers, doctors, judges,
right,
police officers. You know what I'm saying? When before time, they were dusty devils, dusty criminal devils living in the damn the 5 Points. Boy, you should see that gangs in New York. Well, how they was living in gangs in New York. Anybody seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about dusty devils. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You talk about a bunch of dusty devils. That was, you know what I'm saying? Even the governor, remember Bill the Butcher? Anybody remember him? It was Bill the Butcher.
Oh yeah.
He was kind of like became like the governor, but he was dusty too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a governor. You know what I'm saying? He dusty, and, you know what I'm saying? Slaughtering and chopping up pigs, and you know what I'm saying? Bill the Butcher. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know, everything all muddy. They didn't even have no goddamn grass. And it was all mud and shit every damn word. You know, old Western buildings and that had been vacated for no telling how long. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they start to live when they don't have, you know, access to black resources. That's how they start. That's how they live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They live like that. But when they do have it, their kingdom starts to look like heaven. When they get us up under their subjection, their kingdom starts to look just like heaven, while we start to look like hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why Haiti is called Haiti. Haiti is called Haiti, which means hell. It's Latin for hell.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's what the name, where the name Haiti comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
John chapter 15, verse 18. You know that it hated me before it hated you.
Yeah, the world hated Christ before the world actually hated African Americans.
Right.
Native Indians. Matter of fact, he is the reason why they hate us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason, also the reason why, you know, they was hanging black men on the tribe of Judah on crosses here in America.
Right.
And they was doing the same stuff to us in Rome.
Right.
You know, the prophets and everything, the apostles were executed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So with the world hating us back then, what is the reason that World War III is going to be about? It's going to be about us.
Our justice.
Yes, our justice. Now look at this from like the business standpoint, from the mafia standpoint, of the examples that I just gave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now think about this for a second. Matter of fact, let's go to Romans chapter 11 and verse 12.
Romans 11 and 12.
You know what?
Go ahead. No, that's a cold picture. That whole 11th chapter is amazing.
Right, yeah.
The verse would be 11 and 26 when it talks about how all Israel shall be saved.
Right.
I love that scripture.
Right. Matter of fact, I might go beyond 12 on this and mix that. You know what I'm saying? I might have to take it down a little bit.
Romans 11 and 12.
Right.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay, Romans chapter 11, verse 12. Now, if the fall there be riches.
Well, we're going to take your time.
Okay.
I want everybody to hear everything.
In Romans chapter 11, verse 12. Now, if the fall of them.
Okay, the fall of them. Wait, who's the them? Who's the them, Lord? Young man, who's the them? It said the fall of them.
Probably Esau.
No, let's not talk about Esau.
The fall of the
right, that's what it's talking about. Now, take your time with it. Read each word by word.
Okay. Now, if the fall of them be riches of the world.
It says, now if the fall of them, which means us, be the riches of the world. How did the world get rich?
Right.
How did the world get rich? This scripture right here tells you how the world got rich. Right here, they didn't get rich because they were such that we be sitting back looking at them, you know what I'm saying? Just like in slavery. You know what I'm saying? We sitting back looking at their great houses and all of that. This is an evil Negro custom that we always did back in the day. We'd invite somebody from another city, like some family members that you got, that stay in another state. Yeah, come on here, we're gonna show you around town. The first damn thing they do is go take them and show them some nice, clean white homes. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we don't own. They say, here's the thing. They say, look what we got here. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead.
Master, are we sick?
Yeah, are we sick, Master? Is we sick?
That's all I heard you say.
Right. There you go and show them some clean white home. Where the hell did this stuff come from? The people still do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even people in the north. You know what I'm saying? When they say what no slavery, like a bull crap. All the United States is full of slavery. All of South America full of slavery. Canada full of slavery. Hell, well, no, these niggas in Greenland. You know what I'm saying? Niggas were around in Alaska hanging out on the corner of the damn snow. You know what I'm saying? Go to grandma's house and get a fried seal. You know what I'm saying? You know, this whole damn place, this was called the New World. They was calling this the New Jerusalem. They was calling this New Heaven right here. And this is what white people were calling it. They was calling this the New Heaven right here. You know, white people destroyed the first Jerusalem through the time of 70 AD, the Vespasian and Titus. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this became the New Jerusalem, something untapped and virgin. That's why they call it the Virgin Islands, because nobody fucked them yet. Pardon my Swahili, but you know what I'm saying? You know, nobody screwed them yet. That's why they call them Virgin Islands. They were just untapped. You know what I'm saying? Just untapped. You know, that's the way the white man see things. You know, just untapped. That's why he liked to rape. He went and raped the hell out of them damn islands. You know what I'm saying? Raped all the sugar cane out of it. You know what I'm saying? Made rum just a global industry. You know what I'm saying? And even put muzzles on the mouths of the brothers and everything that was working in the sugar cane fields. You know, I say Benjamin's a raven as a wolf. They slapped them things around their mouth so that they wouldn't rave, so they wouldn't have to hear, you know what I'm saying, the howling of the tribe of Benjamin that will cut them clear to their damn spirit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And they broke the law by they showed everybody that they the devil, because the law say muzzle not the ox that treadeth out the corn. They was treading out their goddamn sugar cane fields, and what they do? Muzzle their mouth. So they can't eat any of the goddamn sugar cane. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody knows sugar give you energy.
It does.
Go ahead.
Over the court, Byron is one of the book of Esther. He said he was talking about the king on a peaceful nation, where he was talking about these other nations, and he was saying how melt these people's world. Is that talking about Esau too?
Say that again.
this other nation was in the book of Esther.
See how malice or what
Malice, M-A-L-I-C-E,
malice.
malice.
Malice. That was right there. That was Esau saying that. As a matter of fact, that was Amalek saying that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They called us a malicious people that have laws of our own that obey not the laws of the world, of the Persian Empire, who was ruling, running things at that time on the earth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He tried to slander us. It was propaganda. It was the thing. That's how propaganda. You're right. That's how propaganda was done back then. That's how Amalek pushed the propaganda back then, because there was no televisions.
Right. Okay.
So now, when he got power in America, Warner Brothers Studios. And what did everybody think the first damn thing that they did as soon as they got the television to work here in America? Start slandering blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the first thing that they did. Start making us with big ass lips and just eating watermelon, you know what I'm saying, and all kind of stuff like that. They had us, Sambo, and that's the first thing that they did. So that goes to show you everybody who the devil is. That ain't Jackson, boy.
Yeah, he projected like me to really predator us.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're everything that's evil and bad on the earth. That's what Haman did too. He did the same thing. He did that all throughout the 127 provinces, and the 127 provinces made up the whole world at that time, because this side of the world wasn't known about. It was all that eastern side of the world that he did this stuff on. You know what I'm saying? This whole western hemisphere right here, nobody, they didn't know about it. No white man had been here before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Haman was a white man, a Jewish white man. You know what I'm saying? Haman was a Greek, a Grecian rather. You know what I'm saying? Grecian, when the scripture talk about Grecian or the sons of Greece, that ain't talking about, a black man that just speaks Greek or any other race that means Greek. That's talking about that bloodline of Amalek, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord put the name of Amalek out from under heaven, so now they had to go under the assumed name. They took the name of the actual Jabinites, who are Japhites in the Isles of Greece, and Macedonia and Cyprus and all of those islands, those Greek isles. Those are Jabin. They were the most powerful of the children of Japheth at that time. You know what I'm saying? And they eventually conquered over them and took on the name Greek. You know what I'm saying? Or Grecian and Greek. And they became the new Grecians. Took on their custom, took their language, Latin, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Posed to be them, only having pale skin. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12. And the diminished,
take your time. Read it clear as you can. Take your time.
And the diminishing.
The diminishing.
Right there.
The diminishing, what is it diminishing? What does it mean to diminish? Go ahead.
Small.
To make small.
Yeah.
Abortion. Planned Parenthood.
Right.
Now, note, what does it say about the diminishing of them?
And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles.
Whoa, wait a minute. So what does this mean? This means they get filthy rich off of the diminishing of God's people.
Right.
Planned Parenthood is not suffering, it's not missing any meals. Believe that.
Damn right.
They're one of the most. They own the damn the stock market under assumed names. You know what I'm saying? They just as powerful as the prison industry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're just as powerful and as rich as the prison industry. And here's the funny thing about it. With this, the only service that they provide is murder, right?
Right.
They try to hide it, try to make up other services just to, to try and throw people off and to say, no, this is all to help women, which is bullshit, because the main thing is to murder those kids. Right. That's the main thing, specifically the males. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it's about, is to murder them. Now think about it. Now imagine the contributors to this. Imagine how evil they are.
So like,
go ahead.
You say contributors, the ones that
donate money.
Donate money, and also that's on their books. You be on their books, like people that invest in investors and all that.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
okay,
the stock people. Yeah, the stock people and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And now think about it. And they also have investors coming from China, Japan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. You know what I'm saying? Africans are investing in that too.
Right.
The whole world invests in the destruction of the Most High's people. So now, what do we think World War III is going to be about? As a matter of fact, in a second, I'm going to break it down in intricate detail. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12. How much more their fulfillment?
How much more so their fullness? How much more so, that our fullness is going to actually make the world rich and a better place. You know what I'm saying? It's actually going to make the whole concept of GMO foods disappear. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make, the animals, the seeds and all of that, because we're going to be able to not only teach our laws, but we're going to be able to impose them upon people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to happen. We're gonna force your ass to not eat crabs. Real talk.
No,
We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We telling you now. Go ahead.
I think that ain't that in Revelations? It talks about how the heathens are going to also keep the laws to the Most High. Is that in
Right. As a
Revelation?
matter of fact, it's several times throughout the book. A lot of it's in Ezekiel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it's in Ezekiel. But at the same time, they'll be able to worship their own gods, but they still going to have to solidly be able to respect the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Scapegoat.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there won't be no more coronavirus because there won't be no more bat eating.
Right. Yeah, ain't nobody going to be eating bats.
No high blood pressure.
Right.
No pork.
Right, exactly. You're not going to eat the hogs. You're going to be running them hogs to your goddamn cities and towns to eat up all the garbage, and you're going to use them for what they're used for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be using them for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And when they die, you're going to have they're going to go to the dung heap and get burnt with all the rest of the garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and so therefore, hog farmers are going to get rich because, the hogs are going to be doing what it is that they're supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're going to be eating up garbage throughout the place. So now you won't even have much of a need for the garbage collectors and stuff like that. You won't even have a whole lot of need for that. You still will have it, but majority of your garbage is going to be ate up by the pigs. You know what I'm saying? Anything that they can eat. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in that industry, everybody's still going to be employed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We gonna fix the whole earth. The thing about it is, right now, everybody's under the covenant with Esau to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? They have been beguiled by the head serpent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been beguiled by Esau, the head serpent. Like I said, he had made a deal with them. Because in reality, they know who it is that they really going against. They know why they stockpiling all these weapons and why everybody in this huge rat race for technology, because they want to fight the angels.
Right.
They believe that under Esau, they believe that they can actually win. Because Esau made a promise to them that if things go left, then I'm going to take the responsibility for it. You know what I'm saying? So they like, okay. But at the same time, but they don't understand the mind of the Most High.
Right.
Because not only will he take all responsibility and be utterly wiped the hell out, they're going to be hurt also. They're going to be hurt badly. The population of China, China has how many billion people right now? 4 billion, something like that? Well, they'll be brought down to maybe 500,000, something like that, or 500 million, somewhere in that, 500 million, something like that. And they're going to know something then. But the Most High is going to allow them to repopulate. But the thing with Esau, his name means wasted away is he. So he's going to be going down. And he's going to make good on that promise that he made to them, because he is going to feel the fierceness of the wrath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like that name fits him.
Yes, yeah, it does. It fits him. Go ahead.
He'll be stuffed mannequin.
Huh?
Esau gonna be a stuffed mannequin.
Who?
A stuffed mannequin.
You said a stuffed mannequin?
Yeah. If we gonna be in the Holy City, going to the museum, as mannequins, is he gonna be no more?
No, because we won't be no mannequins for the reason why, because we'll start worshiping. Because we look at it as a statue and a god. You know what I'm saying? Right. The Most High is gonna wipe all of that stuff out. He's gonna wipe all the gods out. You know what I'm saying? That Muslim dome is gonna be gone. all the statues, all of that stuff is going to be, the Most High is going to wipe all of that out. You know, if Esau's mannequins is left up there, you know what I'm saying? We, as the way that we are, that's why we'll love that mannequin for the same reason why we love all the celebrities today. And so the mannequin ain't even got to do a goddamn thing. And we'll still, you know what I'm saying? You need to see the mannequin got blonde hair, niggas start dyeing their hair blonde, shit, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
They break it down when he said the wicked gonna be like a dream and a vision of the night. They ain't gonna have no prosperity. So for Esau,
yeah, not
this ain't gonna see that man no more.
Right, because think about it, when you wake up from a dream, and a dream don't mean nothing, 3 hours of the day, you don't forgot about what the hell the dream even was.
Right.
You're gonna forget that you even dreamed. That's how Esau is gonna be. He's gonna be, the few of them that's left is gonna be like the people in the movie. What was it? I was just watching this yesterday. The movie Wrong Turn. Anybody familiar with that movie? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be running around like in the mountains like that. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for, you know, people to come around, you know what I'm saying, so they can do some cannibal stuff to them. They're gonna be like some old folk tale. And you know, little kids is gonna be like, let's go look at it in the mountain. And you know what I'm saying? Let's go see what it is. Some people about you lying. No, it ain't. It's some white man up there. It's white people. Are you serious? He has got hair everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they eat raw flesh. You know what I'm saying? It'd be up around some Hansel and Gretel type shit. That's how the remaining of it gonna be. Go ahead.
So at the wrong time, you talking about the Down syndrome family, right?
Right. That was doing all this cannibal stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Right. There wasn't even no animals where they was at, so they was eating people.
Yeah, no, it was actually a good movie. It's very gruesome, but you know, I think it's like 5 or 6 of them, like the movies.
Right. Yeah, something like that. Right. I just watched one of these yesterday.
Oh, okay.
One of them that I hadn't seen before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was so on Facebook, they had a little city with white folks doing that. Cutting you up with chainsaw, cutting your heads
Texas
off.
Chainsaw Massacre.
No, it was that. It's a rural community with a lot of white people capturing other people coming in out of town, and they were doing all kinds of murder to them, cutting their heads.
You talk about Hostel.
Yeah, that's
Hostel.
That's a real, based on a real story.
I bet it was, because you had rich Japanese and all of them that was in the hostel in that, and that's how they got their rocks off. You know, that's how they got their kicks. Torturing. Remember the one scene, the woman was dressed all in leather and had the dude tied up, she was smacking her. You know what I'm saying? And she had these long, like sharp nails or something on. That was like razors or something like that.
Was that the same one dude fell on the saw and cut himself up and threw that away?
Will you say that again?
Was that the same one dude fell cut old dude with the chainsaw and he slipped on some blood?
Yeah, that's the same one. He slipped on blood and ended up cutting himself, and dude ended up somehow getting loose and finish him off or something like that. Yeah, it's the same one. Because it's like 4 of them, I think it is. But the remainder of white people is going to be living something like how they, you know, they're not going to be all super rich in doing that, but they're going to be living more like, you know, The Hills Have Eyes or Wrong Turn or something like that, living up in their mountains, afraid. On top of that, they're going to be scared up in the mountains, just like it was during the time when Rome fell, and just like it was during the time when King David annihilated, you know what I'm saying, like many of them with his 400 men. They're gonna be living like that. Hell, King David destroyed them so bad, and Joab came in there and tried to finish them all off. On top of that, you know, they were so afraid and scared that they had to, when they came down from the mountains, they didn't even want to go by their same name. If they say that they're an Amalekite, that was probably certain death. So they had to hide themselves, say they was somebody, you know, somebody else. Take on the name of the lands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Take on somebody else's identity. You know, eventually they became the Romans when the original Romans were not white people.
Yeah, I heard.
You know what I'm saying? They were not white.
You people of color, bro.
Huh?
With the Roman people of color.
They were Japheth, the children of Japheth. Japheth, all of them names that they have in Europe, vast majority of them come from the Japhites.
Who's the Japhites?
The children of Japheth. Remember Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right?
Okay.
They're the children of Japheth. They're the first inhabitants of Europe.
Okay.
You know, and what did they do? The white man eventually overthrew them. First, he joined their armies, you know, in their ranks and stuff like that, and ended up becoming, you know, high up among them because, you know, he's blessed with the sword and blessed with, you know, certain counsel. Go ahead.
Yeah, he had a UPK. He had some on there about the book of the Maccabees and the seed of Cain, how they come all out the caves and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
The Maccabees, you know, came out, you know, right after they actually had started after they conquered the children of Japheth.
Okay.
Now you have their first king, who became the first king of, you know, of Greece, which was Alexander. You know what I'm saying? The Maccabees start with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you talking about his sexual exploit, how he had that love man and all this stuff. That's why he died so early.
Yeah, probably is. He probably had the damn, he probably had the ancient AIDS or something. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know, some fever or something behind screwing all them goats and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, which was their custom. You know, he didn't even have no children. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see a little document that you have separate intimacy with the animal, the dog, and this white woman talking about how she had sexual intimacy with animals and stuff.
Right, and Alexander was screwing his mom too.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, he was also screwing his mom because that was a Greek custom, just like in ancient Egypt, where the mother, if she wanted to rule and everything, she would seduce her son. You know what I'm saying?
Hamite, right?
Huh?
It was a Hamite. Right?
Yeah. You know, a lot of you know, the Greek culture actually, you know, a whole lot of it comes from Hamites. That's why they have the statues where they be naked, you know what I'm saying, and all of that stuff. You know, that's where they come. They come from Canaanite. Even Europe is a Canaanite name. You know, Europe. The name Europe is from a Canaanite goddess named Europa. They just took Europa and changed her into a white woman. You know what I'm saying, and named the continent Europe.
Okay.
Because at first it was called Japheth. At first it was called Japheth, and it was changed to Europa or Europe.
Right.
But just like Colombia, same deal. You know what I'm saying? Did anybody know all of America used to be called Colombia at one point? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of America used to be called Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, before this was called the United States of America, it was called Colombia. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why Washington, D.C., you know, is called, the D.C. stands for District of Columbia.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's a district of the what we call the United States of America. That's why it's the capital. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep going.
Romans chapter 11, verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles.
Yeah, people get thrown off on that. Christian church, boy, they hear this class, they clapping in there, they clapping that up. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church hear that. Go ahead.
I want to hear you break it down.
Huh?
I want to hear you break it down.
Okay, read that part. Read it again.
Romans chapter 11, verse 12.
No, you take it where you said. Yeah.
For I speak to you Gentiles.
Now, why does he say he's speaking to the Gentiles? Is that one of the things that you want to know?
Yes.
Because the Apostle Paul, the Apostle Paul was a Hebrew, he was a Jew, but he wasn't born in Jerusalem. Right. Paul was actually from Tarsus, and Tarsus is southern Spain. You had other, like Benjamites and all of that in Tarsus. So they were technically looked at as Gentiles because it was a little bit of a difference between the Jews that were born in Jerusalem and the ones that were born other places.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why the Apostle Paul was sent to them. Notice he was sent to them. Remember when the Apostle Paul said, I'm all things to all men. So unto the Gentiles, he comes as a Gentile because he wasn't born in Jerusalem. Okay. You see what I'm saying? But the people, the Jews, the people of the law, he came to them as a Jew. You know why? Because the Apostle Paul was a Pharisee. His father was a Pharisee. His grandfather was a Pharisee before him. That's right. You see what I'm saying? So when he came to the Jews, he came as a Jew also. Right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He was circumcised on the 8th day, and a lot of them were not. You see what I'm saying? That's why with Timothy, You know what I'm saying? The pressure of the Jews got on the Paul so tough that he went in and had Timothy circumcised. Timothy wasn't circumcised. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Oh yeah, he definitely, yeah, I bet he did. Getting circumcised as a grown man, I heard it's very painful.
Right? He was a grown man.
Yeah, Timothy was a grown man at that time, and there was just a pressure that was coming, the backlash that was coming from the Jews. Man, he's like, man, look, man, just go ahead and get this done. You know what I'm saying? So we can go ahead and get this work in, because they really started to be a thorn in the Apostle Paul's side. They actually, coming and countering the purpose that he's trying to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he got tired of always arguing with them. Circumcision profits is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Such and such. He got sick of doing that all the time. So he decided to go ahead and get him circumcised to go ahead and get that work. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Well, I speak to you Gentiles, in as much as I am an apostle of the Gentiles.
That's why he's an apostle of the Gentiles. You had the apostles, they had already did everything in Jerusalem. So they appointed the Apostle Paul to go. Apostle Paul, most of his dealings was in Europe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He went to Spain, you know what I'm saying, which wasn't far from where he was living at first anyway, where he's actually from. He went to, all type of different, places. He went to Italy, he went to Spain, you know what I'm saying? He went to all of those different places right there, to teach, about Christ in all of these different places.
Right.
And to bring the Gentiles who are really Jews to repentance. Go ahead.
I magnified my office.
He said he magnifies his office. You know why? He's not saying it's being lofty of himself, because he's the top dude. You know what I'm saying? He's the top dude. He's like a general over a zone. You know what I'm saying? A general over the zone has the right to magnify his office. You know what I'm saying? If any challenge or whatever, he is that top dude.
Right.
That's why he said he magnified. There was nobody actually of the Gentiles. All the people that was over the Apostle Paul were out of Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? These were the people that rode with Christ directly. These were the only dudes, they had rank over Apostle Paul.
Right.
But he has the right to magnify himself in all throughout Europe because he was that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When you're that man, you know what I'm saying? You just ain't being puffed up. You magnify he's magnifying his office because he is the top guy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He's who Christ chose. And he's who the apostles also approved. He went through the channels that he's supposed to go to. He was authorized. You know what I'm saying? That's why I make a big deal of that a lot of the time. When somebody, like I'll be on Facebook and somebody say, oh, this is brother such and such. I just simply ask the question, who authorized him? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I simply asked him the question. Some sister, said something about some brother that was teaching on a video or something like that. And I simply, she said, because she's trying to magnify him, you know what I'm saying, to go against what I'm saying. And I just simply asked the question, who authorized him? Nothing. It cut the whole head off the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't, even Christ had to be authorized. Right. That's why that's why Matthew starts out with his genealogy right there. You know what I'm saying? To show where his whole authorization of why he could do what he could do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everything you got to go through the proper channels. And it'd be like me, if I want to be a doctor, I got to be authorized for somebody to be a doctor, right? Right. I got to go through the doctor. I can't just call myself they call me a goddamn witch. If you know what I'm saying? They call me a damn warlock or something if I try to not go through the proper channels and be a doctor. You see what I'm saying? In a lot of places, you could be brought up on charges and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be authorized. You have to go through the proper channels to be what you want. What it is that you want to be. So that's the reason why also too all these other Bibles are counterfeit, because only the King James Bible has authorized King James Bible on it. The other books are not authorized. You can't take no goddamn Edomite or heathen to authorize anything that comes from God. You can't. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 11, verse 14. If by any means I may provoke to.
Okay, let's drop that. As a matter of fact, what we gonna do right now, let's go to, since we mentioned the Apostle Paul, let's go to Acts chapter 9 and verse 25.
Oh, yeah.
The pink oppressors, the devil that the Bible
That's
speaks
right.
of, and
That's
the Apostle
right.
Paul, as soon as he was converted, his eyes was open and he knew that as soon as the scales come on. Let's see one of the first things he did. Go ahead.
Acts chapter 9, verse 29. Then the disciples took him.
No, 25.
Acts 25.
No, Acts 9 and 25.
Is this Acts 9 and 25? Acts 9, 25.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you said 29. Go ahead.
Then the disciples took him by night and let him down by the wall in a basket.
Go ahead.
And when Saul was come to Jerusalem.
Now, Saul, this is the Apostle Paul. This is what his name was before he became the Apostle Paul. His name was Saul. And Saul means vain one. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know, that's what he was before he was converted. You know what I'm saying? The name Saul means vain one. He did a lot of vain things, thinking that he was actually doing the right thing. But in reality, he was working against the truth, and he didn't know it. But go ahead.
He is essayed to Don Slakia. He essayed to join himself to the disciples. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Essayed. Assayed.
I say, oh, okay.
He essayed to join himself to the disciples.
Okay. He wanted, the Apostle Paul wanted to join themselves to the disciples of Christ. Go ahead.
But they were all afraid of him.
Yeah, because of his reputation and what they known him for doing. You know, Saul, you know, Apostle Paul was very, very feared. You know what I'm saying? Because see, looking at this dude was like looking at Pharaoh of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And believe not that he was a disciple.
Yeah, they didn't believe it because of his reputation. It'd be like seeing, you know what I'm saying, one of the most murderous people, you know what I'm saying, that you could ever think of, and you'd be like, man, you know what, I'm rolling with y'all now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But Barnabas took him and brought him to the apostles.
What verse you
at? 27.
Okay. It's a point that I wanted to bring out at 25. It hadn't got to it. Let me look it up right quick. The pink oppressor, the devil, the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
No, actually, it is Acts 9 and 29.
Okay. Read it.
Right.
Acts 9 and 29. And he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Jesus.
What was he doing? He's dropping the truth. Go ahead.
And disputed against the Grecians.
Wait a minute. He said he did what? He disputed with who?
And he disputed against the Grecians.
He disputed with the Grecians. Now let's look up the word dispute, because it's another point that I want to bring out right here. And what I also want to do is cut a Israelite group all at the same time. I want to kill two birds with one stone.
Right.
All right, let's look up what it means. Let's look up the definition of the word disputes. What do they say? They say, no, you ain't supposed to be arguing. You ain't supposed to be. Ain't that one of the biggest things that they say to shut Black, Hispanic, and Native men up?
Right.
That you ain't supposed to be arguing and all of that? Well, why did the Apostle Paul do it? Go ahead.
And men of God don't do that. Men of God.
Oh yeah, men of God don't argue. They would never argue. You know, men of God don't right. They don't.
Jesus.
Right, exactly. They see him speaking bold like that. You know, some of them in the crowd thinking, why is he cussing? He ain't even said a single cuss word. Why is he cussing? Just because he's talking like a man.
Right.
Yeah, let's look up as a matter of fact, it has I'm gonna cut a big fake Israelite group with this also. All in one swoop.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, read it. Read it
And
again.
disputed against the Greeks.
And disputed against the Grecians. That's one of the first things Apostle Paul did. Went and checked them Amalekites because he knew who the hell's really running things. It's the same damn people that's running things in the shadows right now.
Right.
The same damn people, and Apostle Paul knew it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Apostle Paul knew who was running things. You know, at that point, they were running a lot of the Pharisees too. As a matter of fact, it's just like when you go back. The Grecians is white men. You know what I'm saying? But it's a specific stock of white men, though. Actually, the real Grecians were the Amalekites, who we call the Jewish man today. They're Grecians.
Right.
And I'll prove this to you a little later on. Okay, go ahead.
But they went about to slay him.
Yeah, the Grecians went about to slay him, to kill him. All right? Now think about it. You know, in Christ's cross, the inscriptions were written in 3 languages: Latin, which is now Edomite tongue, Greek, which was another stock of Edomite tongue, and the tongue of the Jews. You know what I'm saying? There was 3 right there. So the Apostle Paul knew who was pulling all the damn strings, and he went right in their face to check them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay, let's see that definition. Go ahead.
In the Merriam-Webster dictionary online, dispute. It's like that was
right. Well, it's got more to it though too.
Okay. The first transitive verb to make the subject of verbal controversy or disputation. Or B, to call into question or cast doubt upon.
Okay, the definition that I came up with, it said one, to argue, simplify. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Yeah. Is that on that too?
Number 2, A is to struggle against or to oppose, and then B is to contend over. The second entry that they have for 1A, verbal controversy.
Yeah, I'm on somewhere everybody can understand it though. Let me you know, they flip around the words and all of that. You know, they're talking politics when you know what I'm saying, of something that can be explained more simply. Let's see, quarrel. Yeah, that's one. You know. Okay, let's see.
And the synonyms they have: challenge, contest, impeach.
Yeah, it could just be summed up in argue. You know what I'm saying? Argue, but then it has a couple of other ones, which there you go. A disagreement, argument, or debate. A territorial dispute between 2 countries is one. Okay, you got to argue about something, such and such. Okay, that's another thing. Also, 2, where one different definition was also to maintain. You know what I'm saying? One of the things was to maintain. Let me see if it says anymore. Okay, let's see.
I should like it to engage in argument. Let's say that here too.
Okay, see, I'm looking for now the maintain. because that was one of them, and one of the definitions that I looked up months ago, with dispute. And that's when I found out a cut for the purple punks. You know what I'm saying? Found a good head chopper for them. Yeah, one of the words is okay. This one says dispute definition is to engage in argument, debate, especially to argue irritably or with irritating persistence. How to use dispute in a sentence. Okay, that's got must include maintain on here. Maintain is an old term for argument also. So now let's go to let's go to Ecclesiastes 25 and 22. In the Apocrypha. The pink oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to understand where our real education lies.
That's right.
Certain words that's inside, you know, the King James have a different meaning nowadays, just like the word fair. You know what I'm saying? What does fair mean nowadays? It means something way different than what it meant back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Fair just meant back in the day, meant beautiful. That's it. What does ruddy mean nowadays? They say, oh, it's red. Back in the day, ruddy just means you had a youthful exuberance. It's like luster, like the dude on the escrow box. He's ruddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, skin, you know what I'm saying, is vibrant. You know what I'm saying? You have a bright, vibrant countenance. That's the reason why I had to cut some devil. You know, he's talking about, you know, King David was ruddy, and it said that Goliath stained him. Now, why the hell would, if that's the case, then why the hell would he be more ruddy than all the Jews if the Jews is white people? Why would he stand out? You know what I'm saying? Why would he stand out? Why would Goliath disdain him out of everybody for being red, but not disdain every goddamn body else for the same goddamn reason he's disdaining him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so that makes no sense. You know? Go ahead.
What chapter?
Chapter 25 is in the Apocrypha. You got the Apocrypha
25.
in verse 22.
Okay. The part Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 22. A woman, if she maintains her
Wait a minute, stop. A woman, if she maintains her husband, right? Go ahead.
It's full of anger.
Is full of anger. Now, they will lead you to think if the woman is working and you're not, she's full of anger.
Right.
Because you're not working. The woman is full of anger. Well, here's the thing. Well, if that's the damn case, then why ain't the Vietnamese woman angry with her men when she's the one doing all the toes? You know what I'm saying? She the one doing all the goddamn toes. With the Somalians, hell, there's more goddamn female Lyft drivers than it is men. You know what I'm saying? Why in the hell ain't they full of anger? And you know what I'm saying? Why ain't that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, who else? Hell, you go into them Chinese restaurants and all of that. Who's back there flipping the goddamn dusty ass rice and cats? You know what I'm saying? That Chinese woman back there, she back there, you know what I'm saying, flipping it. Is she full of anger? No, she's not. She understands purpose. You know what I'm saying? Well, and then where they doing all the toes and all of that stuff and the nails and everything, the men is in the back chopping it up. So, the men is in the back chopping it up. You know, they smoking these cigarettes, they 555s, and you know what I'm saying? They sit around in Indian style, chilling, eating rice and all of that, while the women is out there doing them toes and dealing with crusty feet all day.
Right.
Are they full of anger though? No, they're not. Read it again. Keep reading. Or read it again.
A woman, if she maintains a husband, is full of anger, impudence, and must reproach.
Maintaining, in the old terms, meant to argue with.
Right.
That's another word for dispute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not what the purple Prince group told you. It's not that.
Right.
And now what do? They shaming, knowing good and well that 80% of the resources in the society, the resources in the black community go to the woman, and men get 20%. So now they making you feel under your woman. You know what I'm saying? Now also too, who's the one who talk about they had like a sex strike. The women inside that group. Remember we was talking about that in the
God.
See, when you empower the woman, you empower her to do things like that. And the scriptures say, "Teach not thy wife an evil lesson against thyself."
Right.
Teaching one wife teaches that, because think about it, you can only have sex with one woman. So if she decides she don't want to have sex with you, what you gonna do then?
Right.
She decides that she don't want to have sex with you, right? What the hell are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't do that though, because they teach one wife. So what you gonna do now? Because if you get another woman, you kicked out of the purple team. You kicked off the purple squad.
Yeah, purple, right?
Yeah. So what are you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna empower your woman to have that power over you. You teach one wife. I don't care how you look at it. That woman got power over the men.
Right.
I don't give a damn what you do. I don't care how much you go out on the damn streets and all purple. I don't give a damn how much you yell. I don't give a damn how much you do anything. She has the power. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because nothing's to challenge that.
Right.
And you put a woman in a situation where she can't be challenged. What the hell you think she's gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What do you think she's gonna do? You can't give the woman power like that. That's why the scriptures say, if you teach your woman to have power, you actually teaching her a lesson against yourself. You know what I'm saying? You teaching her a lesson against you, because wait till she starts to exercise that power against you. Right. Now, just to get some box, who you serving now? Who became your God to get some box? Because you want your balls is as big as grapefruits now. So now she is your God.
Right. She
can stop cooking for you. If you don't know how to cook, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You're in that purple group and you don't know how to cook, you're in trouble, boy.
Women and children will be no precious.
Yes, exactly. She done sit there, she has all the power in the house now, and she don't give a damn about what the leaders say. She don't care about black male authority. She just if you got something to say about it, all she has to do is deal with your wife.
Right.
She'd go and talk to your wife. Girl, we oppressed her, girl. You know what I'm saying? And then let's do a strike, girl. Now there's a team of these brawls. All of them doing a strike against their damn man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what his solution was? He was lightweight, saying to rape them on some GMS stuff.
Oh yeah, GMS.
See, when we put pressure on somebody, then you see what's really inside there now.
Right.
And he came from GMS to start his own group. He came from the UPK, joined GMS, left them, and started his own. Go ahead.
All of them guys came UPK.
Yeah. Everybody that got a 12 tribe sign came from us. Either directly or they learned from somebody that came from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real tough. Go ahead.
And G-Man debated all and kicked all this bus, and he didn't know that about the body.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's why I stopped listening to Mother Count.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that they run across that crafty devil. What's his name? I can't remember the one that Captain Cesario made potty meat out of. Yeah, him. But there was another one too.
James what?
James
that dude. Yeah, Captain Cesario.
James White, right? You know, Kaposh.
It was a vocab alone, I think it was. I don't think it was the title. I think he was hiding. Go ahead. James White was hiding.
I think in the title it said like James White's son. I don't think that was.
Oh, yeah. James White. That's who it was. I knew it wasn't him directly.
Right.
But he sat back and listened to see watch his son get smoked before he decided he want to jump in the battle. Right. And he never jumped in the battle. He's like, son, you got to take this L. You just gonna have to take this for the team. team.
And ain't that just a horrible father?
Yeah, he's horrible.
Oh, my God,
Right. He see his son is getting tore up like that. He's like, well, you're on your own, son. It was called child sacrifice. It was called child sacrifice right there.
Passing through the fire.
Yeah, he passed it straight through the fire, got his ass burnt right up. You know what I'm saying? And then you didn't hear nothing from James White much after that either. Well, I forgot his name because now he's like a distant memory. You know what I'm saying? He's buried in the sands of time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but any more of the scriptures for you? So that, like I said, that's a cut to them, to the purple people, because they believe that maintain means you maintaining the dude, you just taking care of. So she's full of anger. Well, if that's the damn case, then why in the hell ain't the hoes angry with the pimp? They do whatever the hell he tell them to do. He may get all his money from them. Why ain't she so angry with the Christian pastor? She maintaining his ass.
Right.
She paying him tithes, and she not only paying tithes, she paying triple tithes and putting donations on top of that. Is she angry? Is she full of anger with that Christian pastor? Is she full of anger? No, she's not. If she is angry, she's gonna sit there and sway that anger somewhere else. She's not gonna display that to him. Right. You see what I'm saying? Everybody got anger. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that. But see, she's not gonna display that anger to him. He can get whatever the hell he wants from her. Right. You know what I'm saying? People sit there and say, no, you to be a real man, you gotta make sure that you take care of the, you gotta do this while your woman takes care of every other goddamn man. You don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about that. Look at all the other men your woman takes care of. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man's supposed to provide. No, she's supposed to be a provider. That's why she got titties.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. She got titties because something is supposed to eat from her. Right. That child is supposed to eat from her. That's called providing, ain't it? Right. Am I wrong? That's yeah, she's supposed to be a provider. That's why ain't no titties going off no nigga. I ain't never seen no nigga breastfeed nothing. Any of y'all, I mean, I know there's a lot of new shit out here today. Any of y'all ever seen that? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. Your woman is providing that thing. Then when you think about it like that, how you gonna have your woman and be happy that your woman is providing for every man but you? Right. She provides for the man on her boss at work. You know what I'm saying? She go to work, she paid it from the time that she get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? She loads that car up with gas. You know what I'm saying? So she can make it to that spot so he can tell her what the hell to do, and he ain't paying none of her goddamn bills. Right. So should you be thinking of yourself as a lover, or you should be thinking of yourself as a boss? I think I'd rather go the boss route. Right. I think I'd rather do that. Women perform good under pressure. You know what I'm saying? You put pressure on a woman, you know what I'm saying? Either she gonna fold or she gonna become better. One of the two. And if you ain't learned how to put pressure on your damn woman, you know what I'm saying? Then dude, you don't even need a woman. If you're single, you don't need a woman till you learn that. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't sit there, that's just like certain animals. You got certain dogs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That you gotta have them to do something. You have to. Right. You know what I'm saying? They got all of that damn energy. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put them to goddamn work. Could you imagine having a sled dog and you ain't got them doing nothing? Right. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine you got a sled dog? Hell, he might turn on you just because he ain't got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be pulling that sled. You know what I'm saying? That's where he's happy at. What does it say about the scripture? What does it say in the scripture? Well, the Hebrew women are lively. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're lively. And bear quick. You know what I'm saying? While the Egyptian woman wasn't put to no goddamn task. That's why old girl was lusting over Joseph all goddamn day, because Potiphar didn't put her ass to work. Right. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think we got one more.
Huh?
We got some more Ecclesiastes.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 23. A wicked woman debates the courage.
Yes, a wicked woman abates the courage, and that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with how much money you bringing in or none of that. As a matter of fact, look at the lives of these goddamn ball players today.
Right.
Good night. You're seeing these ball players are getting dogged.
Right.
And celebrities and all of that. I mean, goddamn. I mean, according to their standards, how much better of a man could you get than somebody like Will Smith? You know what I'm saying?
You got a point.
Okay, who
Yeah, you gotta put on woman's apparel. You got some being gay.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Now let me let y'all in on the secret. They say they want this type of man, that type of man, right? But let me tell you something. That woman will get jealous of you if you're doing too good. Your woman will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying no man that ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? Because she understands. She understands that she got a purpose, this and that, and her purpose is you. She understands that. But a woman in the world, she see you getting it like that and you having success, she does not like that. You know why? Because she figures that she's been such a good slave in America that should be her and not you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard some brothers move up in these corporations, and sister see them doing. They get with the white boy because spy had mess up the brother.
Yes, they do. I've been on jobs where they have done that and been successful at it. You know what I'm saying? I've been on jobs. I've seen it for my own two eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen this happen. I've seen it unfold. I come in one day, and that same brother, there was a young brother, only 28 years old, general manager. He's the one that hired me on in Indianapolis at the slavery that I worked there. You know, young 28-year-old brother. You know what I'm saying? Been to college, all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the time, he did get married and everything, but it was black female managers and a white dude that wasn't a manager. He's a regular line worker. Them three conspired together because he had a black dude that was over him. You know what I'm saying? They would go to that black dude and tell him tell him every damn thing, that they didn't like about him. And he would come and he would check. Oh boy, he was an older black dude. You know what I'm saying? He would check old boy and everything because he was like a higher up general manager. And he was always checking him, and they laughed. Josh, look, he's scared of. I remember the dude's name was Byron or Barry or something like that. He's scared of Barry. Because they done sat there and been all of this goddamn period. Eventually, I come into work one day, and Josh is gone in one day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I really like the other preacher put the cover up.
Go ahead.
A woman that will not cover her husband in distress makes weak hands and feeble knees.
Well, what do they say about black men is weak when they make black men weak? They do it on purpose.
Yeah,
They can't have you standing strong because the damn deal with America is to keep you weak so you'll never be able to challenge the white man, the pink oppressor. You'll never be able to challenge him. That's the whole deal. That's why black women were brought here. To be honest with you, they didn't have no need for black women because, to be a cook? Dudes can cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They needed to work the field. No, you can have men for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For construction, all of the inventions, you have men for all of that stuff. You're a slave man. You know what I'm saying? So she was brought here to make sure that she destroys the children and her man, and that she will be a bed wench and a concubine for their pleasure. If they wanted it. Because hell, even in that, a lot of times they'd rather have a man or a little boy, or a little child or something. That's the reason why the butt breaking islands in the Caribbean was full of men and children.
Right.
They didn't even bring the goddamn women in most cases, not unless they wanted her to see him be destroyed. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I told my wife. She said, I could do all the cooking. You could go to work here. I can cook my damn self. You get your face.
Exactly.
Make money too.
Right, exactly. You gotta think, usually a woman say I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Now you said, you look at her with a raised eyebrow like, what you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Most of them do that. They get smart. They give us 8 or 9 kids. Make sure they don't have to go to work. They got to go out there.
Well, I mean, that's a cool thing because if she got 8 or 9 kids, it's still building your house. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of it. The whole purpose ain't to send her out into the devil's world. You know what I'm saying? Her purpose is with you.
Right.
If you got 9 kids with this woman, if she got a full-time goddamn job with them, taking care of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's a good order right there, because why, it wouldn't be no good for both of y'all to be out in the goddamn work. What the hell are 9 kids gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a blessing when you have kids and stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Think about it. You say you got 4 of them, and they all get 17, 18 years old. They all land their first little jobs at McDonald's and stuff like that. You know, they can contribute to the house and start watching the, you know what I'm saying, and to relieve some of the pressure off the mom. You know what I'm saying? To start taking care of their brothers and sisters and stuff like that, acting like a family unit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like I was saying, with the topic is, we the scapegoats for World War III. We the scapegoats. Now think about this for a second. Now just imagine with the gas stations, right? Imagine we stop dealing with them. We stop buying their chicken. We stop buying their gas. You know what I'm saying? We ended up, a lot of us ended up going solar. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But imagine we just stop buying the goods. We stop getting weaves. We stop going to the Vietnamese, get our nails done, and we start doing all of this stuff ourselves. How they will feel? Guess who they're gonna blame first? Anybody know who they're gonna blame for that first? When they can't get us back? Go ahead.
Our leaders.
Well, they will come down on the leaders, but first they're gonna be mad with the white man.
Okay.
Because we do that, that means our leaders can't control us. So they ain't even gonna worry about them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna worry about them because we're not listening to them no more. So, you know, they'll go broke. You know what I'm saying? The leaders will go broke. So they will be like, hey, you know, y'all promised us good here in America. I thought we had a peace agreement. I thought we had a peace agreement between here and India. You know, and our agreement was that y'all was going to give us a portion of them slaves. But now the slaves ain't working no more. They doing their own thing. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And now the white man can't control us, because now, being the fact that we're separate, he has to have a solid reason to go inside of our communities. Right. That's one thing about separation too. You know what I'm saying? At that point, they have to have a reason to even go into your community, because for one thing, you'll have a gate around you like Job. You know what I'm saying? Like Job had. And what did Job have to do in order to even be able to get in? He had to go up to the Most High and accuse Job, didn't he? Well, right now, being the fact that we integrated, he ain't got to accuse nothing. It's a system that spins on its own axis. So hell, he ain't Satan can kick back, he ain't got to do a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? He can sit back and drink his blood, you know what I'm saying, and all of that stuff. He ain't got to do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But if we separate, now he has to go up and say something. Job was separate. You know what I'm saying? He had that hedge around him. So now, in order for Satan to do something, he has to get permission now. Right. So that makes things harder for him. Right. You see what I'm saying? If we separate, we will start to have that same hedge. Mm-hmm. So now with us having that hedge, and then Satan go up, now he's like, well, damn, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing no drugs. They ain't doing that. I can't get them with shit. Mm-hmm. So now what happens is the nations is like, man, who they gonna turn on? They're gonna turn on that damn white man, and they're gonna turn on each other. They're gonna start to blame each other and stuff like that, right? Right. Now you know what's really gonna kick off World War III. Right. It ain't because this dude's saying that and he got weapons of mass destruction. No, once they goddamn money go from them slaves, once them slaves go, because that was what the whole goddamn agreement was about. You take away what the agreement was about, now, you know, now you can really get, you know what I'm saying? Now niggas is gonna start getting it in now, because they mad and they can't do nothing about their anger now. You know what I'm saying? We have a hedge around us, so they're like, God damn, they can't touch us. They're gonna touch each other. You know what I'm saying? Now you already know what world, because they're gonna start to that same money pipeline is gonna stop. So what will start to happen? It's gonna affect our economy. Now they can't afford to have all these construction workers to keep up with the structures and the businesses and all of that. Now they don't have this, you know, now they don't have the pleasures and luxuries that they want to have, because now they have to start to live down a bit now. So now the super rich is going to start to oppress the poor. The poor is going to start to turn on the rich, because everybody's going to want what each other have. You know what I'm saying? There's a war without and within. You know what I'm saying? And all of them are going to be doing that with each other because we are out of the way. You see what I'm saying? And then it's going to come to the point to where they're going to murder and slaughter each other so damn much. They're going to be like, wait a minute, hold on. Because then that's when the white man is going to step in and be like, why are we all these nations coming against each other? Matter of fact, let me get a precept. Let's go to Zechariah. We're going to see who's going to lead the march. Zechariah chapter 9. Hell, I ain't went over the scripture in so long. Yeah, I forgot exactly where it's at, but I can skim through it and get it. No, it's actually Zechariah. Did I say Ezekiel? It's Zechariah.
Second to last book of the Old Testament. Before Malachi.
Okay, I got you.
It's just one. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, it is 9. Matter of fact, it's 9 and let's go to 9 and 12. Let's start there.
Zechariah, chapter 9, verse 12.
Yeah, you read it, Amon.
Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope.
Prisoners of hope. Why are we prisoners of hope in this? Because we're separate. Just like they had us separate inside the prisons. You know what I'm saying? For society, now we separate of our own. You know what I'm saying? And why are we prisoners of hope? Because we know that all the nations is going to be against us. You know what I'm saying? So, and also being the fact that we're prisoners of hope, we can't help but to hope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like before time, we couldn't help but to sin. But now, we can't help but to hope. You know what I'm saying? Right. We prisoners of hope.
Right.
Bound to hope. We at this point, we can't not hope. You see what I'm saying? Just like a prisoner can't get out of prison. You know, he can't get out of the bars. Well, we prisoners of hope. Now we to the point to where we can't not hope.
Right.
Because we have it. You go here?
Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. Could you imagine that? Now, I can't even wrap my mind around that. To be honest with you, I struggle with wrapping my mind of just off getting, recompense for every damn thing that we lost here. Could you imagine getting double that?
Right.
Everything that we lost for 400 years, could you imagine getting double from all the sugar cane and cotton that we picked? Getting a double pay? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine getting a double pay off every damn thing, service that we've ever done in this slavery? Getting a double pay for it. Golly, could you imagine being a slave 400 years and getting paid for 800? That's something serious there.
Right. Okay.
That type of wealth right there would be just insane. We don't even know what the hell to do with our goddamn selves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Be able to fucking breathe for a second, man.
What's that?
Be able to breathe.
Yeah. Right. And breathe the freshest, cleanest air on top of that. Because ain't no more pollution. We done found a better alternative for every goddamn thing. So, the tails pipes and shit is going to go out, exhaust pipes go out of business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All these chemical companies, all of that stuff will be, and the air will be fresh and clean. We'll be tripping because we ain't never smelled air like that. You know what I'm saying? We take a breath and we feel shit all in our cells and every damn thing. Like, man, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? The purest, cleanest damn air. We feel like we a balloon or something. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 13. When I have bent Judah for me.
Bent Judah for me. Why is Judah bent? I'm going a little long on this. Why is Judah bent? Anybody know? Go ahead.
So Salakia, the way when I heard about these scriptures with Judah and not to skip ahead necessarily, but with Judah and Ephraim.
Right.
My understanding of it was Judah was gonna help how would I say it? Like reestablish the foundation
Right. But here's the thing, according to keep it in context, you look at a bow. Think about a bow.
Right, come
You have to bend the bow, right? Okay. So that the bow does what? It guides the arrows. Where to go. All right, go ahead. Keep reading.
Fill the bow with Ephraim.
Fill the bow with Ephraim, right? And the arrows go out. What do they go out to do? In a war, what do they go out to do?
Kill shit.
Yes. They go to drive some straight through some goddamn body.
Right.
3 or 4 people if they can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And raised up the sons of Zion against thy sons of Greece.
Oh, so who's ruling things right now? Who's running things? The Jewish people that's at the very top, according to this, who are they?
Like you said, word.
Yeah.
King, the one sounds like.
Verse 13. When I bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up the sons of Zion against thy sons of Greece.
Now, this ain't talking about something from ancient times. Matter of fact, as we go on, we're going to prove that. Go ahead.
And made thee as the sword of a mighty man. 14. And the Lord shall be seen over them.
Wait a minute, hold on. This is the return of Christ right here. Didn't it say the Lord shall be seen over them? He's going to be seen over them. So what time period is this talking about? And who are the sons of Greece? Who did the God declare to have war with from generation to generation? That's a clue. Huh? Anybody answer that for the people listening? Go ahead.
It's going to be Esau.
No, not only Esau.
Amalek.
Yes. The Lord declared war with Amalek. The Lord picked, he's like, Esau, Amalek said, I want these dudes right here. I'm going to have war with them forever till they're damn gone. What position do they sit in today on the earth? Huh?
As far as Amalek?
Right.
As far as how they run shit. And how they run things.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, remember when Christ said, I know those are Jews, and I say they are Jews and are not. And remember what he said also, too, I know where Satan's seat is. Right. Who's sitting in Satan's seat? Who's the human people that's sitting in Satan's seat?
Esau.
Not only just Esau, specifically, right? You know what I'm saying? So now when we go here and raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece. You ever notice how they don't have to never really go to war themselves?
Right.
They can control everybody and make this nation attack that one, make this one attack that one. They started all the goddamn world wars. And you ever notice how powerful and rich they became off each one? Weird.
Yeah, I thought for a second you were going to say, talk about the synagogues of Satan as far as Amalek.
Yeah, but it's not just the synagogues of Satan.
It's more than that. So,
yeah.
And then, of course,
it is.
Talking. I was going to say that, but it's much more.
Right. You know, these are the Jewish people today. They the ones that sat in that seat. Remember what it said? You should have persecution 10 days, or some of you should be cast into prison. Who's doing that? Who's controlling the laws?
Jews.
Yes, majority of your judges are what?
Jews,
right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Most of your lawyers that you want so bad, if you're selling drugs, you always want a Jewish lawyer. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a lot of rap songs. You will hear that.
Yeah.
They'll talk about fighting a case.
Right.
You know, you need a Jewish lawyer.
Right.
Also, too, you know, Jewish own a lot. Like, for example, every downtown in America is owned by a Jewish man.
There's New York. What do they call it? They call it Jew York.
Jew York. That's
right.
Yeah.
So now, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece. And they see also sets where they have the most powerful militaries, which is America and Israel, working together. They have control of regular Esau, and they control a whole lot. They have the most control of things on the earth. They have so much control, they have to shine the light on other people to make it look like they don't have so much. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that shine the light on the Saudis. You know what I'm saying? And all these different people, just like they push that hate propaganda through Haman with us way back then. And what was Haman? Haman was an Agagite, right?
Yeah.
And Agag was a seed royal of Amalek. You know what I'm saying? The Lord had war with Amalek then. The Lord had war with Haman, and ended up having him hung and his sons off of the decree that he was ready to spread to kill all the Israelites. She won't teach class. And with that being said, we are the ISBK come out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yahan. Pay your tithes, support this truth, support the men that's out here risking our lives out in these corners for you. With that being said, I'd like to pass the class over to priest and officer Aman Kabar.
Also to take this the next day too as well, but don't just use some buttons to pass on there.
ISUPK security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'ishur. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. So you can always go to isupk.com, scroll down to the donate now button. You can pay your tithes and make donations that way. If you have the Zelle app, the first name is Israelite School, last name UPK. The email is tithes@isupk.com. You can pay donations, or it's like you can pay your tithes and make donations there. Otherwise, you can make donations to your local school or any school abroad if they have a Cash App or a Zelle app. For Minnesota, it's $UPK Minnesota. Upcoming holy convocations. November 28th, we got the Feast of Dedication. It's going to start at sundown, and it's going to end at sundown on the following day. Get in contact with the school near you and see what the arrangements are. Any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means your boots, your shirt, your pant, your headband, and your scarf. With that, shalom, Israel. Class dismissed.